Wow, how good does the weather effects look on the ground in the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator? This week Microsoft launched their first partnership series of videos. In this first video we meet the team from Meteoblue and learn how Microsoft Flight Simulator knows all about the weather. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. This is where we bring you all the news and updates on the development of this new flight sim. So if you're lazy like me and you don't want to troll the internet for all the latest updates, this video is for you. One thing you can always guarantee on is the weather will make each flight different. Weather is always changing, and even if you're flying circuits, each landing and takeoff will be different. In my opinion, this needs to be treated as a priority by Microsoft Flight Simulator to make this sim as realistic as possible. So let's take a look and see how they're going to do this. Microsoft Flight Simulator have partnered with a company called Meteoblue. They specialize in producing and managing and supplying high precision weather environment data for the entire Earth, using observation data, high resolution numerical weather predictions, and immersed historical data. So how Microsoft Flight Simulator knows about the weather and creates a forecast? It's done basically by dividing the whole world up into a number of small boxes. Each box is defining the weather. They are doing this by storing the temperature, wind speeds, humidity, pressure, rain, snow, and pretty much everything else that defines weather. So which means they can have different weather in every single box. With that being said, the weather can change at different altitudes. So Meteoblue overcomes this by adding layers of boxes over each other's all the way up to the stratosphere. Meteoblue mentions that Flight Simulator was a project where they virtually had no limit on how much data can be provided, so they decided globally they will have over 250 million of these boxes. So now Microsoft Flight Simulator knows about the weather not just at the airport but everywhere else. For clouds they added 60 vertical layers on top of each other, and that's how they can create the insane amount of detail in this flight simulator. Meteoblue mentions that Microsoft Flight Simulator was a project where there was virtually no limit on how much data can be provided. So they decided globally they would have over 250 million of these boxes. So now Microsoft Flight Simulator knows about where the weather is, not just at the airport, but everywhere. As for the clouds, they added 60 vertical layers on top of each other, and that's how they can create the insane amount of detail which we see in this simulator. Matthias is one of the co-founders of Meteoblue. He went on to demonstrate how they predict the weather forecast. In a nutshell, the tech relies on many different prediction sets. Each set can have a different outcome. These sets can be placed into mathematical equations and create a system of equations that predict the time and evolution of the sets. So as an example, it knows where it is 20 seconds from now or even 5 hours from now. Matthias also mentioned the benefit of having all these weather models accessible is the possibility to combine them all into one single forecast. This is much more accurate. With saying that, this causes a big real data problem. Over the years they have developed machine learning methods to solve this problem and finding the best combinations. It was mentioned in the video that Meteoblue has been working with Asobo and the Microsoft Flight Simulator team for over 2 years now. Originally they were thinking about including forecasts for airports and maybe some upper level winds so that the pilots could fly the jet streams. But this project soon quickly grew and more data became available to now where the weather almost looks like real. So in this current version, they will be including the full 3D icing risk data derived from cloud microphysics. This feature wasn't even thought of at the start of the project. The partnership that Microsoft Flight Simulator has with Meteoblue and the high detailed weather accuracy and predictions really reassures myself that Microsoft and Asobo, in my opinion, are pushing the envelope on development to an all-time high. And we will be able to experience this in the most realistic weather that is comparable to the real thing. The next partnership video is scheduled for the 25th of June. Again, we'll be covering and breaking down all the main points of the partnership and the tech between Microsoft Flight Simulator and FlightAware. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments below about this highly realistic technology that will be implemented in the sim. Is a Microsoft Flight Simulator on the right track and path? Let us know. What do you think about the weather? If you like this video, please smash that blue thumbs up button as it really helps out the video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest on Microsoft Flight Simulator developments, news and insights, please click that subscribe button. I'm going to leave you with this week's development update video. Why don't you check that one out, and I will see you over there.